She would do all she could in order to keep the attention off of her, right? Oh, maybe not. Somewhere Shohei Ohtani has got some massive criticism from some fans. That's part of being a professional sports player. I don't care who you are.
Shohei Ohtani has faced a lot of criticism from some fans, but that's just part of being a professional athlete. No matter who you are, you're going to get some backlash. On the other hand, Angel Reese is starting to lose her cool after WNBA fans criticized her over yet another controversial post. With the league offseason dragging on and nothing really exciting happening on the court, Angel seems to have decided to stay in the spotlight, even if it's not exactly what people were hoping for.
But you're still posting all these three-quarter naked pictures out there, and you're wanting to play the victim. It's a bad look. The other thing that Angel Reese has decided to do, and she did it the other day and I let it go. Yeah, I'm not letting it go today. Is now she has decided to attack fans.
Angel Reese is becoming better known for her dramatic behavior than for her basketball skills. She's managed to upset fans for quite some time now.
Angel Reese, which is absolutely ridiculous, and let's talk about how ridiculous it is.
From her constant attempts to seek sympathy to her obvious jealousy of Caitlin Clark, it seems like Angel has become an expert at making things worse instead of better. Just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, she posted a bikini photo online, setting the internet on fire, but not in the way influencers hope for.
Angel Reese has taken to doing two things, all right? Number one, being a massive hypocrite because, well, she didn't want to be over-sexualized, but she's posting some brand new underwear pics, some brand new draws pics.
Fans quickly slammed her for it, accusing her of just seeking attention. Instead of letting it slide or focusing on improving her game, Angel fired back as if the criticism was a personal attack. Clearly, staying calm and composed isn't part of her playbook.
I do think that some of this drama, and she started some of it, to be fair, got to her.
I honestly don't know what happened to Angel Reese. This is the same player who was once seen as the future of women's basketball, the one everyone talked about because of her grit and undeniable talent.
Some rather risque sort of pictures of her in a parking garage. And in fact, we're talking about the whole Angel Reese being sexualized thing.
Somewhere along the way, her star power shifted into something completely different. It now feels less like ambition and more like a need to stir up drama. And lately, that's exactly what she's been doing. It seems like she's more focused on heating up Instagram than making history on the court.
She was being sexualized, right? She's stressed out. She's being sexualized. Nothing to see here.
Fans, naturally, aren't too pleased. Social media is buzzing, but probably not in the way Angel hoped. Her recent posts showing lingerie and provocative poses have people wondering if this is still the same Angel Reese who once spoke out against being over-sexualized in sports.
Because once again, she got drugged in the comment section because remember her sitting at some podium, LSU, crying, "I'm being overly sexualized." Okay, well, that's great. But you're still posting all these three-quarter naked pictures out there.
Let's not forget those emotional interviews where she strongly condemned the very thing she's now embracing. The irony is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. Fans are saying, "So, you hated being objectified until it started getting you likes?" The backlash has been non-stop, with critics accusing her of selling her dignity for a little extra attention.
I've been through so much, I've seen so much, I've been attacked so many times.
It's not just the posts, it's what they represent. This was the Angel Reese who inspired a whole generation with her athleticism, the player people wanted their daughters to look up to. Now, fans are feeling betrayed. One comment perfectly captured the mood. "She's not the Angel Reese we supported. She's just chasing clout." The shift from admiration to disappointment has been huge, and it's easy to understand why. Reese's defenders say she's embracing her autonomy and challenging norms, but her critics? They're not buying it for a second.
Being overly sexualized, Well, what are we doing posting things like this, videos like this? Inquiring minds want to know because I'm sort of confused.
When her lingerie photos went viral, it was like throwing gasoline on an already blazing fire. Suddenly, the conversations weren't just about basketball, they were about everything from feminism to fame chasing. Fans didn't hold back either. One blunt comment that went viral asked, "Do you want to be an athlete?" or "Are you auditioning for a reality show?" And honestly, that's the million-dollar question. With Reese's growing focus on building her brand, people are starting to wonder if basketball is even still part of her plan.
Walking through some parking garage with some, see-through apparel on, as you may see.
The real sting, though, is how all this drama is affecting her respect. Critics argue that instead of being a role model, Reese is setting back the progress women athletes have worked so hard for. They say it's not just about a few sultry photos, it's about priorities. And right now, Angel's priorities seem to be more about the comment section than the basketball court.
Earlier on, after the season, and when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, like, I guess people thought that was like, because I post pictures in my bathing suits. No, like.
The disappointment is hard to ignore, especially from her former fans. One comment, full of sadness, really struck a chord. "I admired her for her game, but now I just see someone who's lost her way." It's tough watching someone with so much potential shift their focus from breaking records to breaking the internet. What's even harder to accept is the thought that this might be how her career is remembered.
Players on other teams say "I wish we drafted you."
Really?
Yes. Like teams that have drafted that were above me, that the players that got drafted above, and it was nothing against their rookies that got drafted, but they were like, "I wish we were teammates. I wish we drafted you."
Angel Reese seems to be her own worst enemy these days, and it's not even close. Forget the critics. Her biggest struggle is with her own inability to stop adding fuel to the fire. Known for her fiery personality, Reese has now become infamous for what fans are calling her paper-thin skin, a trait that doesn't sit well in the high-pressure world of professional sports. Take, for example, when a fan mocked her layup accuracy on social media. Instead of brushing it off like any seasoned pro would, she clapped back, reminding everyone she was drafted 7th, despite missing layups and posting a not-so-impressive 39% shooting percentage in her rookie season. Cue the collective facepalm from her critics.
Is Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Kennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of Chicago.
Predictably, the internet had a field day with her response. One particularly savage fan shot back, 39% shooting? Congrats, you're the least efficient all-star in WNBA history. And honestly, it only got worse from there. Instead of ending the conversation, Reese's ill-timed comeback gave her critics even more ammunition. Social media debates exploded, with fans pointing out that a 39% shooting rate isn't something to brag about, especially for someone who claims to be an elite player. What Reese thought was a mic drop ended up shining a glaring spotlight on her weaknesses.
Somewhere Shohei Ohtani has got some massive criticism from some fans. That's part of being a professional sports player. I don't care who you are.
The backlash didn't stop at her numbers. Fans also went after her inability to handle criticism with grace, a skill every athlete in the spotlight needs. One fan nailed it. "Jordan and Brady got criticized all the time. You think they were out here replying to every troll?" That one stung. Reese's constant need to clap back has only driven a bigger wedge between her and the fans who once supported her, leaving many wondering if she has what it takes to focus on the game instead of the noise.
Angel Reese has taken to doing two things, all right? Number one, being a massive hypocrite because, well, she didn't want to be over-sexualized, but she's posting some brand new underwear pics, some brand new draws pics, all right?
First off, Reese is being called a massive hypocrite. She didn't want to be over-sexualized, yet here she is posting new underwear pics. But this isn't just a social media issue. It's spilling over into her team's culture as well. Behind the scenes at the Chicago Sky, things are reportedly a mess, and Reese is right in the middle of it. Word is, her me first attitude has thrown the locker room into chaos. Former head coach Teresa Weatherspoon, who didn't even last a full season, reportedly struggled to manage the tension caused by favoritism and internal drama. Players complained about Reese getting extra minutes despite her struggles, which only made things worse for a team that once thrived on unity. This shift has been nothing short of catastrophic.
But you're still posting all these three-quarter naked pictures out there, and you're wanting to play the victim. It's a bad look. The other thing that Angel Reese has decided to do, and she did it the other day and I let it go. Yeah, I'm not letting it go today. Is now she has decided to attack fans.